just gotta begin to chase a dream that is bigger than you.
Hi, welcome to Be Well. My name is Bryoni, and March is National Nutrition Month. So in honor of that, we'll be going through a mindful eating exercise today. All you'll need is yourself and a small snack. So you can grab really anything that you enjoy eating, a slice of orange, I have a piece of chocolate here, a couple of almonds, but something that's pretty small that you can fit into the palm of your hand. If you need to, you can pause this video and come back to it after you've grabbed the snack of choice. And then come to sit in a tall posture, relaxed position. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Settling in, grounding down. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes here. We'll do that 2 more times, just taking 2 more breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. 1 more deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Before we begin with the mindful eating, I'll start just by explaining this concept within mindfulness known as beginner's mind. It's this perspective of a beginner. So when you're doing something that maybe you commonly do or you've done before, you approach it with this mind as if you've never done it before, as if it's your first time. And that perspective allows us to drop into the present moment because we get more curious about our experience. That's exactly what we'll do today. So even though you might know already what is in the palm of your hand, pretend as if you don't. Pretend as if you don't really have any idea. We'll start with it in our hand and just begin by observing the piece of food. So you're welcome to move it around, and whenever your mind goes towards labeling it, like saying the name that you know that it is, pull away from that. Come back to just observing and in your mind or even out loud, naming the texture that you see or feel, the color, even the shape. So for example, this piece of chocolate, oops, I said the name. Let's pretend I didn't. This food in my hand is melting. The surface and texture is a little bit rough and it's got a dark brown color. There's an inside filling that's a little bit lighter, and the shape is rectangular-ish. It's not perfect. It's got sort of jagged edges. So just like that, with the food in the palm of your hand, you can go through all of those different pieces of what you see, trying not to name the exact food that you see. And then to take it a step further, you can also think about who might have played a part in getting this food to my hand. All of the people who needed to gather maybe the fruit, if it's fruit, or the people who worked at the place where this was processed, packaged, the delivery drivers who delivered this food across maybe the country or the state that you're in. And when we do this, you might notice a sense of gratitude or appreciation arising for the fact that there were a lot of people who had to play a part in this nutrients, this food getting to you. So the next part is just smelling the food. And as you smell it, maybe you notice a certain memory pops up in your mind, or you notice a certain sensation in the body occurring. Perhaps your stomach is grumbling. Just notice. No judgment. We're just expanding our scope of our awareness to simply notice. So the next part is probably the most difficult. You'll be taking the piece of food or a piece of it and placing it in your mouth without chewing. So for the sake of me being able to explain, I won't actually do that, but you can go ahead and do that now. And as it sits on or underneath your tongue, just notice what starts happening in your mouth. Usually it starts salivating. Maybe you notice certain flavors already for the piece of food, and you can just name them like a stream of consciousness in your mind. Perhaps you notice your stomach grumbling here, or any other sensations in the body. And finally, you can begin to chew the food. Try not to swallow, just chewing. You can try shifting it around to different places on the tongue or in the mouth. Noticing how the flavor changes as you shift the piece of food forward, backward. And finally, if you haven't already, go ahead and swallow the food. Maybe you can sense it moving down your throat into your stomach. And perhaps there are other sensations happening in the body. Maybe there's even a lingering taste in your mouth. If there is, you can identify that. Perhaps it's slightly different than the taste you initially noticed when you just placed the food in your mouth. When you're ready, you can close your eyes again or just soften your gaze, and we'll take 3 grounding breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. This is a practice that you can do at every single meal, and it's a really interactive one. It's a fun one to do with friends and family. It really starts conversations about all different things. Who plays a part in getting our food to our plates? How do we feel when we eat food? And there's research that shows when we eat more mindfully in this way, we actually experience more pleasure while eating. So you may not be able to spend this amount of time at every single meal you have, but try this out over the next month until our next session in April. and see how it works for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Bryoni, and this is the Be Well Mindfulness Exercise of the Month.